Welcome to the Saturday Morning Muse, everyone. I'm Andy Temte, and today is March the 2nd, 2024. You may notice I'm a little more puffy than I usually am. I got in a fight with a dentist earlier this week in some pretty major dental surgery. Anyway, here we go. Those who can't teach. This old tired phrase needs to permanently exit our vernacular. Personally, I find its use offensive. It's a slight to those who have made the choice to dedicate their lives to the teaching profession. Worse yet, it gives the impression that teaching and coaching by extension are less than valued vocations. Yes, teachers and coaches should have more direct experience in the subjects they claim mastery over, primarily because the future of work will require a more careful balance between the theoretical and the empirical and experiential. For example, teaching marketing without having been a marketer in some capacity should be discouraged. Okay, the rant is now complete. The point today is that we are all teachers and coaches. We must all embrace our role as teacher and coach. The 21st century imperative that all humans embrace lifelong learning demands it. From last week's Muse, the lifelong learner is coachable but also coaches. The lifelong learner is a student but also teaches. The lifelong learner inspires and seeks inspiration. Since we're all teachers and coaches, we should be continually honing these skills. As promised in last week's Muse, what are the characteristics of an effective teacher and coach? Here are a few to consider, but please note that I'll be using the words teacher and coach interchangeably. First and foremost, great teachers are great listeners. They are keen observers of the world around them. Yes, they love to lecture and impart information and counsel. But one of the most important aspects of teaching is listening to the diverse needs of students to gain an understanding of where the student is so that they can be met where they are at. A great teacher knows when to talk and when to shut up, observe, and listen. Next, great teachers are patient. They know when it's time to push and when to hold back and not force a student who's not ready. Teachers understand that humans only learn when they're uncomfortable, but also know that students don't learn effectively when they're under undue stress. Getting this balancing act right is extremely difficult and requires a real finesse. Next is objectivity. A great teacher knows to remain objective and that they lose the clarity of their purpose when objectivity is compromised. Next is candor. A great teacher will tell you when you're not meeting the mark, but they'll do so constructively. Teachers know how to motivate based on what's going well and suggest areas for improvement. Effective teachers understand the balancing act between being honest with a student about a shortcoming and tipping over into unnecessary negativity, which will only serve to tear the student down and close their mind. Next is inclusivity. Great teachers don't play favorites. They know that every student is on a one-size-fits-them journey. Most everyone can close their eyes and recall what it felt like to not be the teacher's pet. Did you feel excluded, unseen, and unworthy? Yeah. Next is compassion. Compassion is the ability to recognize and connect with the feelings and experiences of others and a willingness to do something about it. Great teachers and coaches are compassionate leaders. Finally is the eternal optimist. Teachers and coaches believe that with education training, a willingness to become purposefully uncomfortable, and the desire to continuously improve, to strive toward the next elevated state of balance and well-being, that things will get better. If things don't get better, they don't give up. They pivot, they adjust, they learn, and they move forward. There are many other sub-skills and characteristics of great teachers and coaches, but the connection I'd like to point out is that the list we just plowed through is interchangeable with the sub-skills and characteristics of great leaders. The bottom line is that great leaders are great teachers. The two concepts of teaching, coaching, and leadership are inextricably connected. Do you want to be a great leader? Become a great teacher and coach. Have a great weekend.